Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. Last night, the crypto market started cratering, but at least at the time that I'm recording this, it does appear to be rebounding, and according to many analysts, it looks like that was the low point locally in terms of price action. And also, I want to share with you perspective from one of the most popular crypto analysts out there who says, and this is a quote, "Expansion has just begun." And that's what we've been waiting for. We're going to see a full-blown alt season here. There's reason to think that the answer is probably going to be yes. And so, as it pertains to XRP, as far as I'm concerned, it's about to happen. That doesn't necessarily mean today, tomorrow, next week, next month. I don't pretend to know exactly when, but this is the moment in time, roughly speaking, when it's actually finally going to go. And there are all sorts of altcoins that are, viewed as being way behind or just not performing. It's not just XRP. And so people have this tendency to think whatever it is that they're holding, they pick the wrong ones. It's just not working. You see that all the time. But that's actually not true. The asset class does move in tandem. XRP is part of the asset class, so it's going to go. Unless you think that we're really not going to have an expansion, in which case this time would be different. But those are famous last words, typically. But before going further, I do want to be clear. I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. As I record this video, it is 5:36 p.m. Central Time, which is my time zone, on Tuesday, June 11th, 2024. XRP is at 48 cents, but it did drop as low. Here's a 24-hour chart on Live Coin Watch. It did drop as low as 47.3 cents. Looks like the bottom was at about noon 30 today, Central Time. Here you have Bitcoin, 67,481 bucks. It dropped down to $66,337. And just the other day, it was above 70. Didn't it get up to maybe 71,000 even? So that's a fair drop, nothing crazy. For crypto, it's nothing crazy. If have a drop like that in the stock market, people will be panicking. And I guess some people will panic in crypto no matter what. But this is not a big deal. So what actually caused this? Well, you guys tell me what you think about this. But I'm seeing multiple analysts, and it's just data. It lines up. I got to admit that. I'm seeing multiple analysts note that these drops have happened the last several times before FOMC meetings, which of course is Federal Open Market Committee. So that's the Fed on the time periods leading up to the meetings where they're announcing, and there may be expectations that eventually there's finally going to be a rate cut. Although I don't think there's expectations that's actually going to be announced tomorrow. But there is this post which went viral from an analyst I'm not familiar with, not that that matters. His name's Gumshoe, but this was seen 516,000 times, and he posted it just this morning. So yeah, I think it's fair to say that went viral in the world of crypto. And so he's talking about the cratering prices, which started last night, and he said, "This is a scam dump. There have been 4 FOMCs in 2024. Every single one of them had the same scam dump. Bitcoin dumped 10% in the 48 hours before all of them. On FOMC day, it recovered the entire move. The market always prices in overly bearish statements, then reverses." And so, folks, it sounds plausible to me. I don't see a reason that this is a bad theory. I haven't had a lot of time to think about it, but I saw multiple analysts point this out. I'm like, well, yeah, it does just seem to line up. You guys tell me what you think. Here's chart analyst Jelly basically communicating the same idea. He said, Powell's press conferences have been good for the market recently. In fact, the past 4 FOMC events have all coincided with local bottoms and greater than 20% rallies for Bitcoin. With the next presser taking place on Thursday, a bounce could be closer than most people think. And I'm pretty sure it's tomorrow, though. Isn't that the... Yeah, it's supposed to be tomorrow. So he made a mistake there. The announcement should be coming tomorrow here. And there's expectations as stated here. I'm not going to read the CNBC article, but the expectation, and it's not a guarantee, of course, but the expectation is that the Fed is not going to be changing rates. Now, set aside whether or not a reduction in interest rates is good or bad for markets, and the last few times it's obviously signaled not so good things, the market does think that's a good thing, it seems. So if we magically did get a rate cut, which is not something that I think we should be counting on, of course, it would be interesting to see how the market responded. Here's a post from Chart. Wait, did I miss some? Oh yeah, okay. Here's a post from chart analyst Ali Martinez. Similar point of view here. He said Bitcoin loves to rebound after every FOMC meeting, and he's noting here, of course, the changes after those meetings. So there's a reason to think, if history is going to kind of rhyme with itself, that tomorrow's going to be a good day. It could be a green day, but there's going to be volatility. I would expect that regardless. Here's a post from June 5th from chart analyst Credible Crypto. He simply wrote, manifesting. And what's he referencing here? Well, this is a Bitcoin price chart. And so what he was predicting here 6 days ago was that Bitcoin would do something like this. He just made this red squiggle. That didn't pan out exactly like that, but close. That he's trying to share an idea that Bitcoin would maybe go up a little bit, but then crater back on down, maybe close to $65,000 or so, somewhere thereabout. At least down to $66,000, he wrote right here. And then his expectation is that after that final shakeout there, big move to the upside. So that's what the green squiggle is, getting closer to $80,000. And again, that was on June 5th. And he provided an update just this afternoon, 1:29 p.m. Central Time. And he said, red squiggle, manifested. Green squiggle, yet to manifest. Let's see if we can complete the manifestation loop. And folks, the reason he's able to call a lot of this short-term action, and honestly, I will say this, like, he's among the best when it comes to, well, I think he's one of the best analysts out there, but when it comes to the short-term stuff, my God, he is way more correct than incorrect. It's my opinion. That's what it looks like to me, outsider looking in here. And it's not that he's an actual wizard, but he's looking at open interest. He's looking at all the shorts and all the longs, and he can make educated guesses about what's likely to happen based on that actual human behavior. So he's not just guessing. He's looking at actual data and then coming to suppositions about what is most probable. And on that front, take a look at what he had to say. This is this afternoon, 3:53 p.m., so just a bit ago. He said, once we clear these asks immediately above us, it's open season on bears. Open interest dropping a bit as shorts are already starting to cover and spot premium returning for the first time since May 20th. It's looking good, fam. So we'll see what happens, but he's optimistic that this is pretty much the worst of it. It's behind us now. And then there was this post from chart analyst Tech Dev. And he's the one that I was referencing at the outset of the video. 458,000 followers on X, so certainly one of the most popular analysts in all of crypto. And he's got a couple Bitcoin USD charts on the screen. Here you can see one dating back to 2014 on the left, and then the one on the right is where we are now, and he's obviously noting similarities here. And so we've got the Bitcoin price, that's of course what this white line is, and the rest of this, these are Bollinger Bands, and I've been talking about that a fair bit recently because when it comes to Bollinger Bands, when they get compressed, it is an indication that there's about to be a big move, a big-ass move, in this case, most probable. And so, the bands in and of themselves don't indicate if the burst is going to be to the upside or the downside, so you need to look at other factors to come to your own conclusion about what you think is probable. But as I keep saying, we're in a bull market, so with high compression here with Bollinger Bands, probably going to break to the upside. And if you look at XRP, and we were talking about this back in, I guess it was April. XRP hit its most compressed range in history as it pertains to Bollinger Bands. And again, that indicates there is going to be a big break. That is what that means. So is it going to be up or down? Well, again, we're in a bull market. What do you think is most probable? But check this out. So here's what TechDev had to say. You've been here before. 42 months after the start of an already ended long compression, hovering at the prior high, pressed against the top band, bandwidth squeezed and bounce. Expansion has just begun. Next leg poised to accelerate. And so you can see what he's talking about right here. And this is where he's got this little circle here. So this is for this market time, of course. And then you go back, look at the left one. He's talking about 2017. That was that moment. That's what it looked like in 2017. And look at how this opened up. Look at how the bands open up and it becomes green here. He's saying that we did just start that. He says this is the expansion. He's talking about Bollinger Bands here. This is it. So, I mean, take it for what it's worth. Like I said, I mean, when you have that level of compression, it's got to go. What do you think is most probable? There was also this post from TechDev, and he said, Bitcoin consolidating at prior all-time high. while alts have just started expanding from max macro compression with RSI, Relative Strength Index, ready to break 50. Sure, this time is different. And he's obviously being sarcastic with that last sentence. This time is different because obviously famous last words. And so again, here you can look at the Bollinger Bands because this is the entire crypto market cap excluding the top 10 coins. He's saying that it has started. That's his opinion. Expansion is it's already done. So if this is indeed correct, the coming months presumably we're going to be seeing lots of fireworks. And he wrote here, about to be God candle through all-time high. And he noted in the previous cycle, God candle through all-time high. So he's saying it's the same. It's the same thing, and that is how it's been. Then chart analyst Bobby A responded to that post from TechDev, and he said, the fact that market participants are this bearish at these levels, while the macro charts look this bullish, is beautiful. Yes. And then TechDev responded to that and said, my favorites are the alts are underperforming like never before posts. Yeah. And, it's just like I said at the outset of the video, I firmly mean this. It's not just XRP that looks like it's not performing. Things happen sequentially, folks. And then people feel like they're idiots. They pick the wrong coins. It's not... The asset class moves in tandem. It doesn't make you stupid because your coins haven't gone yet, including XRP. It goes when it goes. We just don't control when that is. Here's a post from chart analyst Mikey Bull Crypto. Hashtag Bitcoin 2017 history repeating. And he shows this market cycle where we are against the previous two market cycles. Take it for what it's worth, but I know what I think is most probable. This time is not different. Here's another post from Mikey Bull Crypto. Hashtag altcoins. I don't know how I will say this, but this is the last accumulation opportunity before the monster rally sets in. It's a rare signal that never fails since 2016. And so, folks, this is obviously in line with the sentiment from TechDev. Because if expansion is occurring, this is the last moment to get in before stuff becomes outrageously expensive compared to where it is now, if they are correct. So again, you just got to decide for yourself, what do you think is most probable? Here's a post from chart analyst Bobby A. Talking about XRP. Beautiful weekly bullish divergences at historically oversold levels for the XRP BTC and XRP ETH pairs. I'll leave it at that. Remember that maximum financial opportunity is always surrounded by massive amounts of pessimism, skepticism, and anxiety. Cheers. Yeah, so what do you see in the XRP community? Because I see lots of pessimism out there. And I will note, I always like to clarify this, I don't think that's most people. It's just that the ones that feel that way, they're very noisy, and it gives this impression like that's all there is in the community. They're just loud. And so here's an XRP BTC chart. Here, it's on the 3-month. We did get, in case you hadn't heard, we did get a new cycle low for XRP price against Bitcoin on June 7th. It just wicked down. The previous low was on April 13th. And as I stated after the April 13th one, I said, I don't know if that's the bottom. I'd like for it to be because I'd rather just get the party started, but we don't know for sure. But I said throughout this entire time period, if there's another low, fine, it doesn't matter. It doesn't change anything because at some point, the market will reach a bottom. XRP will find a bottom priced against Bitcoin before things move to the upside. So maybe this one's the final one. But to the people that say XRP is just going to go to zero against Bitcoin, that's stupid as hell. I just want to be clear. And people are saying the same thing in previous market cycles. They were wrong. Eventually, the market finds a bottom. Duh, XRP is not going away. It is cemented in crypto at this point, okay? It is here to stay. And so then there's also this post, another one from Bobby A, and he simply wrote, when XRP explosively breaks out, its biggest haters will chase price. Mark my words. That's true. So I'm sure the haters will, and also all the people that don't want to buy XRP while it's cheap and under 50 cents, they'll be happy to purchase it above $1, above $5, $10, wherever it goes, because people chase green candles because they feel emotions. They will FOMO it. That's not unique to just Bitcoin and ETH and other... No, it applies to XRP, as we've seen in the past. Just pick an asset. If there's FOMO, there's FOMO. It's going to go. That's what I believe. Here's a post from chart analyst E. Greg Crypto. XRP Atlas line, $7.50 is target number 1. With high conviction, I can say that XRP will break the white triangle and hit the measured move at $1.50. Moreover, the Fib 1.618 zone, which is $6.50 to $7.50, is critical, and taking profits will happen here. Closing on a weekly basis above Fib 1.618, the next targets will be mid-double digits near Fib 2.414 and 2.618. It says XRP Army, stay steady. Trust me, all we need is for other coins to pump before XRP. The rotational profits will pour 100% into XRP because it is the black horse, which all my bets are on. So we'll see here, but he's optimistic we're going to be seeing double-digit XRP this cycle. That seems highly plausible. I don't know if it's going to happen. It's not a prediction. I never make price predictions because I admit I just don't know what's going to happen with price. I'm not even a chart guy. But just looking at the environment and knowing that crypto just keeps getting bigger and bigger and the amount of money flowing in and how it rotates through the space, yeah. It's easy to be optimistic here, in my humble opinion. This is going to go absolutely crazy. I am here for it. We really are that close. It's about to happen. Doesn't literally mean tomorrow, but we are super close. This is the most excited I've ever been personally as an XRP holder. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.